Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a look here again at Chainlink. When we looked yesterday, we were on the increase, testing that resistance level at 0.382. Looks like we have since broken through to potentially retest this level here as a support. So that $15 mark is a very, very important level. We'll take a look on the back end here as well, kind of see what else is going on with liquidation. And just before we jump in there too, before I forget, if you need a KYC and VPN free exchange, one that does not require that, check Bitunix, link down below. A lot of my members are asking for this type of option, and I'm really glad to be able to provide that with you. Recently partnered with them, use my link. You get some significant benefit rewards for depositing and utilizing exchange, as well as some options of just some little loot boxes there. Kind of a lot of fun there based on, verifying and a few other key factors there. So what we want to look at here with Chainlink is, well, let's go to the big picture and do this here first on the back end here, because it looks like the amount of liquidation levels above the price action is getting larger. This was kind of small when we talked yesterday, where we can see right there at about 1550, a hard, heavy amount of liquidation. Okay, so that does work as a magnet a lot of times, where the price action will start to pull towards that. So just note that that is a potential option or reality. 14.6 is also an area in which we could see the price action swing down to liquidate those extra level of longs. Okay, so you got to recognize both areas are targets, but with there being a heavier accumulation at 1550, that would make sense for the price to swing up to that level to try to sweep those levels. All right, so taking a look at the daily here, just to quickly note, as far as this ascending trend is concerned, we are still looking decent here with the 20-day SMA holding the price action in place. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put some trend lines here just really quick so we can kind of pay attention to this later and just kind of see roughly where we're at. But for now, being above the 20, that's a really, really important factor. It does let us know that we are on the right side of the tracks. Again, being above the 50, 100, and 200 are equally as important, but they're trailing behind. They're not as relevant for the moment. The 20 is the main focus there. We can see the convergence here on the MACD is trying, but it hasn't fully converged yet, kind of slowing down a little bit to the downside, so that's a very good sign. But once more, that doesn't really give us any full-on confirmation. Same thing here as well. RSI between 50 and 70 is a good sweet spot, but with the money flow index coming down a little bit, we want to be careful because, again, with the RSI tapering off here, so to speak, and the price going back up, that could be somewhat of a bearish divergence. But again, too early to tell. Don't read into that. All right, so taking a look here at the 4-hour, we can see money flow index is coming down, but still quite high. RSI is tapering off as well. With that little bit of sell-off there, we can see we hit a 9 on TD sequential right there at 0.618. So 1515 is the tentative resistance level, but we had this resistance previous at about 1480, and that level has been, broken, so to speak. It could retest this as a support though. But with us being up over the 50, the 20, all moving averages, it's a very good sign. That gives us a lot of support, a little pocket of support here. So the price even pulls back down to 1425, which still be in pretty good shape. You got to recognize we did hit two tops here essentially, so two parallel highs, which is a good sign. If we can create a higher low right here, we would be in really, really good shape to see the price continue, because anytime you create a higher low leading into two parallel highs, you're in really good shape to be able to break that. Okay, so this is looking fairly bullish in that sense. If we take a look at very last indicator here on the hourly, we can summarize that the cloud should be below us here still, which it is. So we're in good shape there, but you got to recognize lagging spans intersecting with the price action. That tells us if you have a long position open, you should have taken profits by now. Furthermore as well, conversion lines above the baseline and lagging span is, we're basically intersecting with the price action there. So even though we have good momentum when we're above the cloud, we have, the lagging span is kind of like an open and closed door, if you will, right? When it's open, you want to consider keeping your position open. When it's closed, you don't. So the simple way to understand it here is, now that we've intersected, you may want to consider taking profits on your long position, but it doesn't imply you want to open a short. Okay, please understand that. We got to recognize too that we got support right here at this range again with this this cloud here. Okay, so the price action can close about, just say, $14.90, $15 or higher today. I think we'll be in good shape to be able to sustain this price action and continue higher. Okay. Even if it does dip down a little bit lower, I wouldn't be super concerned, because we could very well bounce off this trend line and essentially, continue to increase as long as we fill this fair value gap here and we continue to make higher lows. So again, we could very well see the price come down like this here, for example. That wouldn't be a super bad thing either. So I think as long as we don't pass the threshold of just say like $14, we're probably going to be in decent shape. Okay, so that's what we got here. Hopefully that made sense and I clarified that correctly. Thank you so much for watching. If you could, please help us grow the community by liking the video, subscribing, and obviously enabling alerts. If you want to jump on over to our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, follow us there. It'd be great to have you along. And then obviously as well, make sure you utilize this benefit here. There's a limited time benefit for the exchange here offering those rewards. Link down below for that. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one.